15 years, 20 years back, if you would have asked me a question, like it would have been a very hard thing. Artificial intelligence has become a very common thing today. Still, many of the people don't know many of the tools which are available in the market.
My question is, what is one biggest mistake that the entrepreneurs are doing currently?
They are overthinking.
जैसे आपने एक बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस क्रिएट किया, आपने उसको यूनिक कैसे बनाया?
I have a thesis which most of the people have told me to write a book on it. It's called the sixth Panipuri. And I have taken the thesis from the normal Panipuri vendor.
A lot of mentors would tell me that make one focus your entire life. Some would tell me that try out different options and then make your decision. How do I find that right point कि मुझे ये चीज़ पे focus करना है या कौन सी चीज़ छोड़ना है? How do I do that?
If you follow an ethic, if you follow your passion, what you want to achieve in your business, you're going to get successful.
आपने एक्चुअली मेंशन किया कि आपने तभी के टाइम पे AI यूज किया, इनोवेशन यूज किया, टेक यूज किया. तभी के टाइम पे आपने कौन से AI टूल्स यूज किए? How did you build up your business? What were the challenges you were facing? Hi guys, I'm Harshita. I'm from Emote8 Media. We as a media company, we really would want to talk to people, leaders who are inspiring. And we today have Rajesh Chandan, who is with us. Hi, how are you?
Hi, very fine, Harshita. Thank you.
Yes. Today we are shooting a podcast together where I'm here very hungry to take all the knowledge that he has. I want to experience his life, the experiences that he has had. And yeah, so how are you feeling today?
Very great, Harshita. And sorry I could not give you time. You've been asking me from much time, but I was busy elsewhere. And from my busy schedule, I could give you the time of today. And I hope the next 1 hour of the podcast which we are going to give will ultimately benefit people. I always believe there are a lot of things in this world to learn. Okay, and many of the times I also don't know that there are many things which I don't know. So whatever I am going to speak over here in next 1 hour, I am 100% sure that the listeners who don't know many things will come to know many new things, which will surely give them the return on investment of the time that they are spending on listening this. It will be really grateful to them. So I am really hopeful that this goes on well in the best way. Thank you.
When you mentioned about the line that we really don't know that we don't know a lot of things. As a 23-year-old, when I would want to have a goal, a business to build up, I have a lot of passion, I have a lot of energy in me that I want to do this, that, but I don't have the correct mindset. I have a lot of limiting fears, beliefs that बहुत लंबा commitment देना है, आगे तक कैसे जाना है, एक right mentorship नहीं है. तो आज आपसे मिलके मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा. तो पहला क्वेश्चन तो मुझे आपको यही पूछना है कि मैं राइट माइंडसेट कैसे डेवलप करूं अगर मुझे एक बड़ा बिजनेस ग्रो करना है तो.
See, at the age of 23, I will tell you that you can do many things. Okay, the right mindset लाना हो तो अपना एक गोल फिक्स करना है. अपना एक गोल फिक्स करना है और अपना एक विजन उस गोल की तरफ डालना है. मैं ऑफन कहता हूँ कि गोल फिक्सिंग, लोगों को कंफ्यूज होता है कि गोल फिक्सिंग क्या होता है, गोल फिक्सिंग क्या होता है. बोलता हूँ कि गोल फिक्सिंग इज लाइक अ फुटबॉल फील्ड. आप एक तरफ खड़े हो और आपका गोल पोस्ट सामने, आपको कैसे भी करके आपको गोल अचीव करना है. कैसे करोगे आप? जैसे ही गोल की तरफ अपने बॉल को लेके जाओगे, लॉट ऑफ डिफेंडर्स, इतना इजी नहीं है. बट जब आप एक माइंडसेट क्लियर कर लेते हो मेरे को गोल कैसे भी अचीव करना है, तो आपका प्लानिंग वैसे होना चाहिए कि कैसे मैं सामने जो कंटेंडिंग टीम है उनसे इस बॉल को कैसे भी कैसे करके पहुंचा हूं. इफ यू हैव दैट माइंडसेट इन योर माइंड, clear vision or what you want to do in next 3 years, 5 years, if you go towards it, no one can stop you from becoming a successful person. No one can stop you from achieving that goal which you have put in your mind.
That's actually an unstoppable way, unstoppable energy to start the podcast with. And I would love to get into the strategies that you have put in your business. But first I would want to know your own personal story. कि आपने कैसे अपना बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट किया है, आपने क्या फेलियर्स अपने लाइफ में देखे, आपने खुद ने अपना माइंडसेट इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग कैसे बनाया?
When I was at your age 23, actually I just married. I just got married, and I was working for some stainless steel trading company of my cousins in Bombay. From there, I had a vision that I was not interested in stainless steel trading anymore. I wanted to do something, my passion. I was always a techno enthusiast. The new technologies which was coming, I was just focusing on that. I was working from 9 to 8 in my shop, and then I had dinner. I did my NIIT course. I wanted to pursue my passion. I wanted to see what the world is doing, and I was thinking at that point of time itself that the future is technology.
Definitely.
So I was becoming a techno enthusiast, and slowly and steadily, I thought after my marriage that I should do something in technology. Then we and my brothers, they helped me in forming a company, and then we were before the times of Flipkart and Amazon. We were the first online shopping company, and we did it very successfully with a great business in that. It had its own ups and downs.
Definitely.
It owns its own ups and downs for 2-3 years. Changing from one particular career to another career was a very difficult time. It's like starting from a zero.
Yes.
But I always believed that I had that vision to pursue, I had that goal to achieve, I worked towards that, and then today I am what I am.
Yes. Whatever business you have built, I really feel that you need really core systems to run these type of businesses.
Yes.
So what are those core systems that one should develop in their business practices? Because I think without systems, the business is just not a strong foundational business.
Harshita, I always believe, and it's a great saying, I don't know many people say that Gandhiji told that customer is the king.
Yes.
Okay, but really I feel customer is the king. For all the viewers over here, I would like to say that what customer requires, if you are able to give that. When I started my business, for 3 years, I struggled a lot to establish this business in a big way. Why I struggled? Because I came up with those type of product to sell, which I wanted that my customers will buy.
Yes.
But I forgot customers want something else.
Yes.
Slowly I understood what exactly the customer want, and I formulated and made sure that customer, whatever they want, we developed that product and we used to give, and that is why this success today I am having. So I request all the viewers that whatever business you are doing, make sure that you do as per the customer requirement. If you do that, customer will surely give you the business. If you don't do, it will be a struggling time. You should maintain and manage all the thesis behind your business, focusing only the customer as the key point.
Yeah, but you know what happens is, as a 23-year-old, there is so much competition in the market. एक बार आइडिया आता है कि मुझे ये वाले आइडिया को एकदम यूनिक बनाना है, मेरा बेस्ट प्रोडक्ट होना चाहिए, बेस्ट सर्विस होना चाहिए, बट इस चीज़ में क्या हो जाता है ना कि हम एग्जीक्यूट ही नहीं कर पाते. जैसे आपने एक बहुत बड़ा बिजनेस क्रिएट किया, आपने उसको यूनिक कैसे बनाया? Like how do, if I start a business, how do I make my business a unique business, a unique product?
Innovation, I can say. Unique means innovation.
Yes.
I always feel it, and I always, most of my business is technology driven.
Yeah.
इनोवेशन जब तक आप नहीं करोगे, समथिंग डिफरेंट आप जब तक नहीं दोगे, तब तक सेम ओल्ड चीज तो मेरा कॉम्पिटिटर भी कर रहा है.
Right, definitely.
Right. I have a thesis which most of the people have told me to write a book on it.
Yeah.
I may in future write. It's called the 6th Panipuri.
Oh, that's interesting. I would love to hear that.
Yeah. The thesis is very simple, and I have taken the thesis from a normal Panipuri vendor. Right? When it, मतलब हम उस देश के वासी हैं हर्षिता, हम उस देश के वासी हैं जिस देश में 20 रुपए में हम 5 पानीपुरी के हकदार हैं. बट जब वो 6th पानीपुरी देता है ना, तभी अपने को वो सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता है.
Definitely.
Take that as an example and think what business or what service you are doing to your customers. Can you give something extra to that customer which he is not expecting? That something extra cannot be like a free gift or cannot be something like a discount,
Yes.
right? But that surely should be which customer has never thought of. Say for example, if you go and buy a flat from a builder, he will give you a flat.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
price quoted was the price which you have to honor.
Yeah.
You give that money, you take the flat. But by chance also, that builder gives you a small gold coin or a small gold keychain, which you were not deserving actually, yeah, which you are not expecting. But that makes the customer
definitely
more
feel
loyal,
special, yeah.
and he will go and promote it to many of the people that yes, do this. Like this, I have numerous examples across all businesses, across all services. So your focus should be 101% that what extra thing which you can give. That's the
definitely.
innovation you have to do in your business. If you do your business very, very innovatively, then nobody can stop you from becoming a successful businessman.
And I think it's really, really correct. And when you talk about innovation, I think AI is taking the pace right now in businesses. And you took the AI step years back. And now also I've seen that you invest in a lot of AI startups, you attend a lot of tech events. What are some of the tech innovations you have seen recently which intrigued you, which you were like, oh my God, this is something awesome, I've never really seen it?
15 years, 20 years back, if you would have asked me a question, like it would have been a very hard thing. Artificial intelligence has become a very common thing today. But I'm surprised, still many of the people don't know many of the tools which are available in the market. I'll tell you a classic example. ChatGPT, Gemini is everything, all of us are using it day to day life.
Yes.
But I have come across 2-3 artificial intelligence startups. One of them is, I can just sit here and there will be a pendant in my neck which will record the conversation which you are having right now and post the conversation. It gives me the transcript of it. It gives me the key highlights. That's one artificial intelligence AI's innovation. Another thing I have come across recently was result as a service, RAS.
Oh, never heard about that.
Yes. What happens is exactly, you tell the artificial intelligence, this is my product.
Okay.
Give me, sell my 10 of the products and you give some budget.
Okay.
What it does, I'll tell you, you will not believe. What it does actually is, whatever product you are telling it, it will just take a picture of it, it will make a creative of itself and it will go directly talk to TikTok, it will put it there, people will view it, and whichever part people are, it automatically makes up a video, it goes to the Instagram, whatever budget you have proposed, it shows in the Instagram and it gets the right customer from the Instagram, and in 48 hours you get 10 orders of what product you are selling. So result as a service.
Yeah.
How it is possible?
Yeah,
Today
that's
you are
mind-blowing.
recruiting people.
Yeah.
You are recruiting people and giving them the target. Now artificial intelligence automatically. So these are the tools which are actually available in the market. But you will have to search for that tool. I want to tell to the listeners, go and see, apart from ChatGPT and Gemini, what are the tools available in the market, how you can use it in the best way to scale up your business. Until and unless you don't use artificial intelligence, your competitor is going to use it and he is going to be successful much more faster. So these are the 2 tools which I'm talking about. There are numerous tools which are available in the market.
I think before listening to you, I used to feel that AI is a threat to the future. But I think now I would want to identify the right tools and I would want to use it in my business practices, right? You also do. So I would also want to know, when you create a business, when you are into innovation, there are certain skill sets also that a person would want to learn to drive the business successfully. What are those common skill sets that people are unaware of?
I will prefer, I told you, like I was working for 5 years on the metal trading company, right?
Yeah.
The skill which I learned over there, my boss had taught me that negotiation should be more powerful. This is a big thing.
Yes.
People generally value the company by the top line of the company, right? But I will say, if there's a perfect skill set in the company where if you can purchase at a cheaper price, right? You should have that negotiation skill.
Yes.
Say, for example, you buy a product at 100 and you sell it at 105. 5% is a good margin.
Yes.
But if with your negotiation skill, if you can buy at 98 or 97 and sell it at 102 or 103, what is happening? You are better than the competitor. Your top line will automatically increase because you have that skill with you. If you increase your top line, automatically you are achieving a bigger business.
Definitely.
So there are a lot of skill sets which every person has to have. I always say knowledge is the best tool. Leave AI, leave ML, leave any other technology. If you have that knowledge of the business, what you're doing, how you can get that knowledge, it's all because of the systems that have in place.
Yes. So I get your point. But now what happens is, yeah, negotiation skill is a very, very important skill that we should learn about. But what is the difference between the aggressive marketing and unethical practices? For example, did you have any thought of stealing your competitor's client, or you lost a deal where your competitor played something dirty with you? So how do you make a differentiation in this scenario? Like, negotiation is a skill, I agree. But what is the difference between those unethical marketing practices that happen and aggressive marketing push that happens in the market?
Harshita, we all are humans, right? We have like 50, 60, 70 years of life.
Yeah, right.
Okay. You are yourself a brand.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
After you die, you will always be known by the brand which you've been created, either your product or yourself,
Yes.
right? So I always say, all of the companies which I have invested, I tell them to use the business ethics. Do the business ethically. Money is not a big thing. Even if you have 100 crore, even if you have 10,000 crore, whatever. But whether is it ethically being earned? Today, Tata Group is a very big group of India, right? People value Tata trust. Anything from salt to aeroplane, every business they are. What are they known for? The ethics. You have to aggressive marketing you are asking about. You can do aggressive marketing if you have the budgets like that.
Yes.
Okay. But one in a million only becomes a unicorn.
Yeah,
right? But all others, are they not doing business properly or something like that? They are doing business. But the thing is, if you follow an ethic and if you follow your passion, what you want to achieve in your business, you're going to get successful. But at the same time, unethically, you try to cheat a customer.
Yeah.
You reduce your quality of the product, automatically you've been valued, right? Today I am wearing this, like it's a branded stuff or something like that.
Yeah,
okay. I could have worn a torn t-shirt or something like that, but my brand value will be what I wear.
Yes,
My brand
what you wear,
value will
definitely.
be what watch I wear, with what specs I wear. So that's that. Okay. It's not necessary that it should be an expensive item,
Right.
but it can be a good item, right? So you unethically do the things, cheat your customers, then you won't get the business what you want.
Right.
Do maybe a small business also, but do it ethically.
You're right.
Don't compromise on the quality.
Yeah.
Let the customer appreciate the service you give forever and ever.
Definitely.
Then you build up a brand in this life. Then your 60, 70 years of life is successful.
Yes. I think that was a great punchline for me, because I'm 23 right now. I want to build a massive business, and this actually made me rethink on my choices of doing business and all. So yeah, you as a brand, you as a personality would develop ethical principles, business philosophies in your business. But take a scenario, for example, you have an employee in your company. He's working with you. He's a very loyal employee, okay? He's a very loyal employee. He's working with you since 7 or 10 years. But now he's not behaving ethically, okay? You caught him doing something which is not ethical, and you as a person who has a strong philosophy of dealing with things ethically.
Correct.
So what would you do in that case? Would you give him a chance, or would you just throw him out of the business? What would you do?
So I'll tell you, if he is thieving in my company, right? It's not his mistake, I'll tell you, it's my mistake. Somewhere I have not given the principles and I have not delivered my employee what are the ethics that has to be followed. Second, उसका कोई मजबूरी होगा, right? I would not have foreseen that. That is why he is doing that thing. So first, I am the problem maker. So I should correct myself. I will surely call upon him, understand his problems. The whole world, there are not like many thieves or something like that. I would like to understand his problem, help him in the best way. Still, he is a greedy person.
Yeah.
He wants to do these type of unethical things.
Yes.
And I will surely tell him to go out, because he will destroy whole of my system, whole of my company.
Yeah.
For me, my company is first.
Definitely.
My customer is first. If he is doing something like this to me or to my customer, it will really hamper the brand which I am creating. I don't want to hamper the brand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, right,
So,
definitely.
my preference will be to understand that situation and to call to action according to that situation,
Right.
and then take care of it.
जो आपने लाइन मुझे बताई कि अगर वो एम्प्लॉय अगर स्टील भी कर रहा है या चीट भी कर रहा है, अनएथिकल प्रैक्टिसेस कर रहा है, इट्स माय ओन प्रॉब्लम एंड एक्चुअली आई थिंक दैट्स अ रियल सेल्फ वर्क एंड दैट्स लाइक अ लीडर माइंडसेट दैट वन शुड डेवलप. But you know, in situations, for example, you are an investor in a lot of business, and now the founder that is there is compromising with the quality of the product. So now how do you handle this situation? How do you handle the founder? How do you handle the business entirely in this case?
See, with one intent, I had invested in the startup,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
Now, what intent? He sold me something, right? The way he is selling product to someone, he has sold his business to me, stating that I will be doing this. If he starts compromising on the quality,
Yeah.
I'll surely suggest him not to do that.
Yeah.
Why not to do that? Quality is not a small word, it's actually big word. Okay, I'll tell you a classic example of China versus Japan.
Okay.
I don't know, have you been to Japan or used Japanese products? Their pencil itself will be such quality that it will last for life. You will be very happy using the softness and other things. When I went to China and if I want to buy something, if they say this pencil costs me $1 and I say them, I want it for 40 cents, they are ready to do that, the same pencil or 40 cents also. But 100% there will be a difference in the quality. Okay, but the same thing if you go to Japan and if you say I can give you 1,000,000 pencils order, can you give me at a cheaper price? They will say no, because they are most thought process of quality. So you have to decide you want to become a Chinese or you're Japanese. Okay, so quality stands. Customer is trusting your product, right? You can see today there are a lot of products available in the market with that brand name. Why there is something called brand? Colgate is a brand, right? Bisler is a brand. If they compromise on the quality, then finish. The whole market gets finished up. So person is believing that brand, he is paying for that, and if he gets a inferior quality, then no use of doing that business at all. For some money you want to depreciate. So I will surely tell that
Founder of the company.
that founder, please stop compromising on quality. Find some other way.
Okay, yes.
Find some other way. What is the innovative thing that you can give to a customer, such that customer? What is the sixth Panipuri which you can give to a customer, the customer comes? I'll tell you, Harshita, if you have a product to sell, at whatever price, in every price range, there are buyers. For example, a Maruti is being sold for 3-4 lakhs, a Mercedes for 30 lakhs, a BMW and Audi for 70-80 lakhs, and Rolls-Royce for 5 crores. You will wonder, Rolls-Royce has a long queue. Which means there are customers. Okay, there are customers to buy that product. Why they see quality? I feel is like, say for example, you buy an Audi. Okay, you're not buying an Audi. You're actually buying a security. Okay, how much secure? Life is most important. The car is not that important. Okay, this Audi has clearly told our technology is such that whatever happens to the car, immediately airbags come out. The doors don't open. All those type of security features. So you value your life.
Actually,
right? And if you are quality compromising, you can always buy a low budget car. So which is important. So you understand when there is a right pricing, the right quality, the customer will know. So I will tell that startup to focus on something else rather than depreciating the quality for long. It's not good. It's a shortcut. Shortcut will not last for a long time.
Actually, when you mention the point that I would want him to take a different approach, that's actually a very positive solution-oriented mindset that you have. But you know, nowadays what happens is when you talked about, when you spoke about the fast-paced mindset also of the person that I want to have the success fast. So in this scenario, we as young entrepreneurs, we have that mindset कि हमें success fast चाहिए, quick चाहिए. हमें पता नहीं चल रहा है क्या हो रहा है, but हमें success fast चाहिए. तो ये वाले situation में कैसे खुद को compose रखना चाहिए? क्या strategies use करनी चाहिए जिससे हम long term सोच सकें? Not only the short term current thing कि हाँ हमको success fast चाहिए और पता ही नहीं चल रहा है क्या करना है. कैसे सही mentorship ले हम लोग?
Harshita, nothing comes at the cheaper price, right? nothing come fast. You understand one thing, success does not come fast, okay? It takes its own time.
Yes.
And how do you define success, you tell me? You want it faster. How do you define success? Do you think Zepto with $1 billion company is successful? Can I tell Byju's with those multi-billion dollars as successful? You cannot.
Yes.
Okay. Success comes at its own pace.
Yes.
I will define success as how much satisfied you are with what you are doing.
Right.
If you are passionate about music and if you are in the sports field, then how much ever goals you put, you cannot succeed in life. So I always say to the young entrepreneurs, what passion you have, how much passionate about what you are doing, do it. Even if it is a small business, okay? A small kirana store also you identify and you serve it, that also is a success, right? You cannot say only Ambani's and Adani's or the Teslas of the Elon Musk of the world or successful person. It is should come from within. And if it comes from within, it's the most successful thing.
I think the conversation that is getting built up is quite informative, high value driven. But now let's take a quick break. Let's go on a fun rapid fire question round. I would ask you questions and I would expect quick answers from you. Okay.
I'll try
So
my best.
yeah. Is it risk taking or stability?
Stability in the business.
Okay. What is one big red flag in a business partner?
Business partner should not compromise on the quality, should not compromise on the ethics of the business, should not actually cheat the customer. He should not actually think of doing it an overnight business or something like that.
Understood. Okay. So are you an early morning person or a late night person?
Both I can say. I wake up early and sleep late night.
Understood. So if not a business entrepreneur, what would you be?
I would have been a teacher or a lecturer because I always fancy about sharing my knowledge to everyone. So sometimes when I sit and think, I always think that yes, I could have been a lecturer.
That's actually, when I'm talking to you, I'm feeling like I'm getting like a lecture from a really renowned, experienced teacher.
Thank you.
Yeah. So my question is, what is one biggest mistake that the entrepreneurs are doing currently?
They are overthinking. They are thinking that they are comparing themselves with others, which is very wrong. You should seek in yourself and then do according what your capacity is. Do according to that. Don't compare yourself with Michael Jackson. Don't compare yourself with Coldplay. Or don't compare yourself with something. If he is able to do, why not I? Let me do that way, and people fail on that.
Right. If you would to give one advice to an historical entrepreneur, what would it be?
One advice to a historical entrepreneur, Kingfisher Airlines, Vijay Mallya, I would have told him, please continue this business in a very good way. If you can do that, it's actually become a big brand in itself. But somehow it de-established because of some other business or whatever reasons it is. So that's the advice I would have given to him.
Understood. One strong lesson that you have learned from your own failures that you would not want the audience to go through.
One lesson which I learnt very late is because I had wasted my time at various times. So I want every other entrepreneur, every other person in this world to not waste a single minute also. Use your every single minute productively. When you are seeing this podcast, the 1 hour which you are spending, if you don't make the notes of what you have learnt, you are going to waste your 1 hour of the time.
Understood.
I don't want people to waste their time in Instagram, waste their time in Netflix. Yes, there are productive videos in Netflix. See them. There are productive videos in YouTube.
Definitely.
See them. Learn them. Don't waste the time.
Right.
I did in many of my, like in my previous life, I have really wasted my time a lot. Still a lot of things to learn.
What do you believe in? Small, consistent wins or long-term gains?
Small and consistent wins is what everyone should focus on.
I think you're doing great in this rapid fire round. I've had fun asking you these questions. Let's dive into one topic that I'm actually very curious about. when you speak about, you spoke about the Netflix thing, Instagram thing, उससे मुझे दिमाग में आया question कि हम लोग पूरे दिन इतना distracted रहते हैं, especially our generation, the Gen Z generation, and not even our generation. If you see mothers these days, other business entrepreneurs, they're all so distracted in their phones, in their lives, in their personal lives. How to let go of those distractions if you want to grow fast?
See, if you have a focus in your mind, right, I want to achieve that. If that is the goal and that is the vision, you should come out of all those. If I achieve that, then let me do all those things. Today, Instagram, YouTube, Netflix, everything has a lot of unwanted content, which is actually wasting the time.
Yeah, actually.
I thank government of India for banning the TikTok. Otherwise, most of the time was going in TikTok. What is the use of the TikTok and also TikTok reels? Every minute is valuable in your life. It's actually a countdown. 15 minutes, 20 minutes you spend on something is actually, whenever you go and see a movie also, think what learning I can take from that movie out of the 3 hours. Not just like that, go and see some random movie and waste your life's time. If you have that focus that I want to achieve this, what all I have to do on achieving this, then you are actually not distracted. If you are getting distracted by many things, then you are not using your time productively.
Yeah. I think I would really want to work on managing my time productively, because I think ज़्यादातर time ये Instagram reel scrolling में ही चला जाता है. I would want to actually invest my time in podcasts like yours, where you're sharing such valuable information. And there is also one more thing that you keep on repeating in your podcast, that is innovation, innovation, innovation. What is actually innovation in your terms? What does it mean to you?
Innovation is actually doing something different than what is everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
Bridge the gap. So, I will tell you a classic example of a Swiggy or an Uber. What they did, customer wanted in half an hour something at their homes.
Yes.
Previously, people used to go to a restaurant, stand in the queue to take the product from in their hand, come to home and eat.
Yeah.
Swiggy innovated that. Sitting at home, you can order in 30 minutes, somebody else is coming and giving you the food.
Yeah.
Recently, I came across a startup called Gold Pay. Okay. It's like you want to pledge your gold and take loan.
Right.
Okay. What they did is like they made a ATM machine sort of a thing.
Okay.
You go, keep your gold there. It automatically measures the amount of gold it has, the amount of diamond it has. It gives you a result. This is the amount which you will be getting. If you want to pledge this, say okay, immediately the amount comes. See that innovation? There are a lot of innovation around us. IRCTC is an innovation. Book My Show is an innovation. Zepto, such an innovation. When you do things innovatively, and there are a lot of people who come across, like people like you, who always come, sab kuch ho gaya hai, everything is done. Now every other thing is, there's nothing unique idea which is left out. I tell to them, go and see Shark Tank. Okay, go and see lot of new businesses every day is coming. You just right from morning, if you take the toothpaste in your hands, I'll tell you, you might have seen 5 rupee sachet of shampoo or a 2 rupee sachet of shampoo from years. But have you ever seen 2 rupee sachet of toothpaste? That's innovation. If somebody explores that, just 2 rupees I get and I just put a paste and I forgot. I don't need to spend how much the toothpaste cost will come down. There are a lot of things which are yet to be discovered, right? If you can do that, innovating, if you think on the innovation, you surely get successful.
Actually, I really like the examples that you're giving. I think there is a very well thought and a lot of research that you would have done in this field. But my question is, इतना सारा knowledge gather करने के लिए कहाँ से सीखना है? क्या process follow करना है? Because for example, even if I am at a stage कि मुझे ये भी सीखना है, ये भी सीखना है, ये भी सीखना है, but there is so much confusion around, there is no clear step-by-step process. So would you like to give us that step-by-step process on how, because knowledge is money. Actually, knowledge is the real money. How do I build my skill set? How do I use the correct tools to go ahead in a business?
Previously, I told you about the artificial intelligence thing also. Knowledge now is actually easier to get. Okay, But I always believe knowledge is the power, okay? To power to think, okay? If you want to think innovatively, you should gain more knowledge. And if you talk about me, how I have got all this knowledge with what I am talking about, I personally do a lot of courses. I read a lot of books and I use Netflix and YouTube to be more productive. Whenever I bath also, I'll tell you, I'll listen to podcast. Okay, that's the hunger for knowledge which I am having. And I bet you, every single line, every single word I hear is going to help me in the amount of businesses wherever I am doing. If I don't have that knowledge, you will never call me for this type of a podcast, right? That knowledge I know if I have to gain. And God has given this brain, super brain actually, much more than a computer, I can say. So that much knowledge, we have that unlimited storage with us. How much ever knowledge we have, never it is going to go down. And whatever business you are doing, you should not necessarily have the knowledge about that business. Okay? If you are a doctor, you should still have the knowledge about a lawyer also, that how, what he is doing, how he is earning, what are the rules, what are the regulations. If you have that knowledge, it's going to help you somewhere. And there is no limit of storage in your brain. So knowledge gaining is very important. To all the listeners, I am telling you, get as much knowledge from as many mentors as you can. Hear them, listen them, ask them. You will 100% be beneficial with the knowledge which you are going to get.
Yeah, I think learning is like a lifetime process. You need to keep on learning. But if there was one advice you would give to your younger self, for example, Rajesh uncle is 23 years old right now. What would you give? That one advice to yourself.
One advice to myself, it will be like lead your life in the best way. Go around the world, see lot many things. Learn for 2-3 years, give your time to learn more and more things, and then start your business journey. You will, all the things which I have told, you will find what innovating thing you want to do. You will find what is the gap which is available in the market, which no one is serving. You will find that, right? You will find what a customer really wants. So these many things you can learn in the 2-3 year gap period. You have to go across the world and research. Okay, if you research, then 101% from that research, if you implement, if you start a business now, it may take 5 years to get successful. But if you research and do it, it's like sharpening your skills. If you sharpen your skills, you can get successful at a much better
this, time. I get it. I completely get it. But in this case scenario, what happens is a lot of mentors would tell me that make one focus your entire life. Some would tell me that try out different options, like you mentioned, go around the world, explore a lot of courses, and then make your decision. अब इस सिचुएशन में क्या हो जाता है ना कि मैं 10 चीज़ें ट्राई कर लिया और फिर गिव अप कर दिया क्योंकि वो नहीं चल रहा है. तो बैलेंस कहाँ से मैं फाइंड आउट करूँ? हाउ डू आई फाइंड दैट राइट पॉइंट कि मुझे ये चीज़ पे फोकस करना है या कौन सी चीज़ छोड़नी है? हाउ डू आई डू दैट?
सो पीपल लाइक यू ना, जनरली आप लोग ऐसे पकड़ लेते हो कोई चीज़ को. एक्चुअली मेरे आंसर को आपने पकड़ लिया कि आपने बोला कि 10 चीज़ें ट्राई करो, उसके बाद में यस, आपको 10 चीज़ें ट्राई करने की ज़रूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. अगर 2-3 साल अगर आप रिसर्च करो कि आपको एग्जैक्टली क्या करना है, आप किस चीज़ के लिए पैशन हो, व्हाट यू कैन एक्चुअली डिलीवर टू द कस्टमर, तो आपका फोकस ऑलवेज एक पे होना चाहिए. बट एक को आप एकदम सक्सेसफुल बना दो, फिर धीरे धीरे एक के पीछे 10 चीज. इट्स लाइक ओपनिंग अप अ न्यू फ्रेंचाइजी. When you start one business, they have their own challenges. If you face those challenges, make it successful, use that experience, that knowledge. When I was in steel trading company, I made the purchase cheaper, right? Then when I started some other business and when I start investing in lot of companies, I tell them that thesis to how you have to purchase cheaper, right? So you can do multiple businesses later. But right now at your age, you should focus on one thing, make it the most successful thing. You focus on that, you will become more and more successful. Maybe it can come within 2-3 years, maybe it may take 10-15 years. But if you have to have a clear focus on what you want.
Yeah. So राजेश अंकल, आपने इतने सारे ब्रांड्स डेवलप किए हैं और आप खुद भी एक ब्रांड हो. Like people across the country come up to you, they look up to you for your mentorship. So what is brand according to you?
See, brand is not something like what we see के day in and day out अपन जो brands देख रहे हैं वो तो brand है ही, but what values, what creates you as a brand. Today I am acting as a mentor.
Right.
Why I am a brand? Because people get benefit out of me. People actually get knowledge out of me. It's when you start up a business, when you have certain ethics to follow, right? And you've been consistently doing that over a period of years, you yourself is becoming a brand.
Right.
Becoming a brand known that this company is known for this. If you talk about a building, like I can give you a classic example of two buildings standing nearby.
Okay.
Right? One has been built by one builder and another builder. The pricing is an 18,000 rupees per square feet and a 20,000 rupees per square feet.
Yeah.
Right? That guy who is selling at 20,000, he knows there are people to buy my brand. The quality which I am going to give is immeasurable.
Right.
And for that, if he needs to pay extra, he is ready to pay extra. And wonder that 20,000 sells faster than that 18,000.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I've noticed this in our real life scenarios as well. So now you have built a business brand also and a personal brand also. How have you done it for yourself? How have you developed your own business brands and personal brands?
So from my early 20s till this age, I've always been focusing on what I can deliver my best.
Okay.
What knowledge I can deliver, what expertise which I can give to people like you, and how I can mentor them, how I can make them. And I am not an overnight brand. They have experienced me and they go and tell. And I'm telling you, the most successful brand is when you go out of this room and still you talk about me, right? That's the brand I have created on myself. People love to talk to me, people love to learn from me, and I always deliver what I told you in the beginning. I tell them what they don't know. And how I can identify how they don't know, what they don't know is with their intellectual and with my knowledge. I consistently gain knowledge from somewhere and I put it onto someone. And if you hear something what you have not heard, then you get, it's like a magic, you get attracted to me. When I show you a magic, if I get flowers over here, if I get balloons over here, you will be attracted to me, right?
Right.
Because you have not seen it anywhere. Same way, what I speak, people have never heard anywhere. The examples which I told about artificial intelligence, people would not have heard about me, right? That is how, and if I want to consistently be a brand, I'll have to sharpen my skills on and off. I cannot rest at my home. I have become a brand, chalo khatam ho gaya. It's not like that.
So I think you mentioned that you have developed a lot of skill set along the line. You have learned a lot. So I think if I also would want to build my own brand, I would want to have that continuous quest of learning, that hunger of learning in me, right? So I would just want quick tips from you. If I want to build my brand from today itself, after talking to you in this podcast, what steps should I take?
You should, first of all, not compete with me of building the brand.
Definitely, yes.
But definitely, you should enhance your skill sets. You should learn all the things which you can. Right from cooking se leke, right from jewelry design se leke, right from every other thing which you see across, you learn it. And resources are available for Gen Z like you. Today, artificial intelligence and every other platform is available easily. We used to use Google. Now, ChatGPT is much more than Google, right? Learn it. Read it, and then slowly use that knowledge. Many times you may think that from this podcast I am teaching you or I am teaching these viewers, but I am also learning from it.
I've actually researched a lot about your brand India Shopee, and when I was going through your website, I saw that you have 825 pickup stores. That's like a dark store system that Zepto actually follows. It's its USP, and Zepto is actually currently, I think, at a valuation of more than $5 billion. तो आपने तो ये कब चालू किया था? 10 years back?
12 years.
Somewhere about 12 years back. तो आपको वो idea कहाँ से आया तभी? Like, how did it come up to you?
Ashit, I told you innovation. Innovation is a key to success of any business. Okay.
Right.
when we started this company na, and I told you already, like customer is the king, focus on customer. So when we started, we also started as an online shopping company and website वगैरह बना दिया.
Okay.
But it took like, people generally order a product, it will take 3 to 4 days for them to get the product. We thought one day, we brainstormed and we said नहीं, immediately उनको product मिलना चाहिए.
Right.
तो हमने across India over a period of time 800 प्लस दुकानें की, पॉइंट ऑफ पिकअप सेंटर्स, वो सब पिकअप सेंटर्स में हमारे सारे प्रोडक्ट्स एनी टाइम अवेलेबल है. हमने ऑनलाइन सबको लिंक किया है, वहाँ का स्टॉक क्या है, कितना है, सब हमको पता है. वी यूज आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी टू फाइंड आउट किस स्टोर में कितना क्या प्रोडक्ट का रिक्वायरमेंट, अकॉर्डिंगली हमने वहाँ पे स्टॉक किया है. एंड देन when the customers orders online, immediately within 2 to 3 hours product उनको पहुंच जाता है. Much before than what Zepto and all other Instamart they're all doing. We did it at that time with the focus on the customer. Customer wanted this. I told you, customer को क्या चाहिए वो आप कैसे डिलीवर कर सकते हो, उसके ऊपर सोचोगे तो अपने आप ये स्केल पर. एंड दिस इज बिकम अ वेरी इनोवेटिव मॉडल. और मैं आपको प्राउडली बोलता हूँ, Flipkart, Amazon, lot of companies, they have come to us and they learn this model and they are trying to establish. And very soon you will see all the companies will be having these type of stores and develop their business. So innovation, unless and until you don't do, you will not get successful.
आपने एक्चुअली मेंशन किया कि आपने तभी के टाइम पे AI यूज किया, इनोवेशन यूज किया, टेक यूज किया आपका प्रोसेस स्ट्रीमलाइन करने के लिए. तो तभी के टाइम पे आपने कौन से AI टूल्स यूज किए? हाउ डिड यू बिल्ड अप योर बिजनेस? व्हाट वर द चैलेंजेस यू वर फेसिंग ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम?
See, the challenge was, the first challenge which I was facing is like customer got the product after 3-4 days. Okay. उससे क्या होता था, मैंने बोला था एक ब्रांड बनाना हो तो कस्टमर जब आपका प्रोडक्ट यूज करेगा ना, then when he starts to talk about that brand to others, I was delaying my success for 3 days. ओके. तो हम लोगों को ये चैलेंज फेस हुआ कि कैसे हम एक्चुअली उनको 3-4 घंटे में माल दिया जा सकते. आज मैं प्राउडली बोल रहा हूँ, अक्रॉस इंडिया जहाँ भी जाके खड़े रहोगे ना, विद इन 10 to 15 किलोमीटर्स मेरा एक दुकान आपको दिख जाएगा, इंक्लूडिंग अंडमान निकोबार, इंक्लूडिंग जम्मू कश्मीर और इन इम्फाल. राइट. तो इससे फायदा क्या हुआ, ये एक बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज हमारे लिए था. मेरा कस्टमर लूज आउट हो रहा था, तो हमने इसको अच्छा क्या AI टूल्स उस समय यूज किया, उस समय जो भी अवेलेबल था ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम हमने एनहांस करते गए. जब हमने कंपनी शुरू किए थे हमारे पास 8 जन का सॉफ्टवेयर टीम था. और हमने सोचा 3-4 साल में उनका काम नहीं है, सब कुछ डेवलप कर देंगे, उनको भेज देंगे. आई एम टेलिंग यू टुडे वी हैव 50 पीपल टीम एंड वी नीड मोर एंड मोर न्यू डेवलपमेंट्स. टेक्नोलॉजी को जितना ज़्यादा यूज़ करोगे उतना मैन पावर को आप रिड्यूस कर पाओगे. जितना मैन पावर डिपेंडेंट नहीं रहेगा, मैं आपको बोलता हूँ, मैंने चाइना में, जापान में कितनी ही फैक्ट्रीज देखी है टोटली रन बाय रोबोस. क्योंकि ह्यूमन पावर को, ह्यूमंस को दिवाली चाहिए, होली चाहिए, और रात को घर जाना है. बट इफ यू इंस्टिल रोबोस इन योर सिस्टम, so what robo we put in our system is we made the software such that जहाँ कोई भी नूक एंड कॉर्नर ऑफ इंडिया है, क्या स्टॉक वहाँ पे पड़ा है, ऑन दैट बेसिस आई विल टेक एन ऑर्डर. Okay, if you are a customer, if you go to my website, order something, we will ask the pin code first. According to your pin code, nearest point of sales में क्या प्रोडक्ट है वही आपको दिखेगा. जो नो स्टॉक है वो नहीं दिखेगा, क्योंकि आप नो स्टॉक वाला प्रोडक्ट ऑर्डर करोगे, फिर मैं सेंट्रल वेयर हाउस से भेजूंगा, 3-4 दिन लग जाएगा. तो कस्टमर डिससेटिस्फेक्शन तो है ना मैडम.
You're right. So I think this is a strong system that you've built up, incorporating the AI tools, and I think you would train your staff also, right? Your employees also in a way that they are adapting to these tools. How are they adapting it in this current time?
जैसे मैं बोला ना, मैं ऑलवेज हंट फॉर नॉलेज करता रहता हूँ. वैसा मैं सबसे बड़ा चीज़ समझता हूँ, जब तक मेरा एम्प्लॉई बराबर है, जो 3 साल, 4 साल, 5 साल, 15 साल, 20 साल से मेरे पास है, उनका भी नॉलेज एनहांसमेंट करना बहुत जरूरी है. सो वी रेगुलरली कीप ट्रेनिंग सेशंस, वी कॉल लॉट ऑफ ट्रेनर्स, वी कॉल लॉट ऑफ स्पीकर्स, और उनको बोलते हैं हमारे पूरे सिस्टम को सिखाओ. जब तक उनका भी नॉलेज नहीं बढ़ेगा, दे विल बी डम. राइट. I don't want dumb guys in my system.
Yeah, right.
If they also get the same amount of knowledge जो मेरे में है, जो विजन मेरे में है, मैं उनमें इनकॉर्पोरेट नहीं करूँगा तो मैं जाऊँगा दिल्ली और वो जाएगा कलकत्ता वाला बात हो गया है. हम दोनों को जाना है दिल्ली, राइट? सो मैं ऑलवेज बिलीव करता हूँ मेरे जितने भी एम्प्लॉयज़ है, मेरे पार्टनर्स है, वो मेरे हम सफ़र हैं. वो मेरे सफ़र में मेरे साथ में चलने चाहिए, उनको कहीं और छोड़ नहीं सकता हूँ.
So in that case, you actually mentioned a very beautiful point that your employees like your own family, they are like that humsuffer with you who is going towards that path. And I think when you have a shared vision together, you can build something really stronger. But what happens in the cases when there are a lot of discrepancies? How do you handle that situation? How does the employee also handle that situation without that fear that my boss is gonna screw me up?
I'm a fan of Japan, I'll tell you why.
Oh yeah, you have talked about Japan.
You might have heard. जापान में जब बुलेट ट्रेन चलती है ना, 2 मिनट भी लेट हो गई ना, तो उनके जितने भी एम्प्लॉयज़ हैं ना, सब लोग हैं ना सॉरी बोलते हैं. नेक्स्ट डे न्यूज़पेपर में आते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट अपोलाइजेस फॉर द 2 मिनट डिले.
Yeah, I've read about it.
सेम वे. दिस इज द 6th पानीपुरी विच आई एम ऑल्सो गिविंग टू माई एम्प्लॉय. बाई चांस मेरा कस्टमर थोड़ा भी डिससेटिस्फाई विद द क्वालिटी ऑफ प्रोडक्ट और विद द सर्विस ऑफ डिलीवरी, लेट हो गया, इनवॉइस नहीं पहुंचा, व्हाटएवर, आई मेक श्योर कि वी गो एंड अपोलोजाइज. पर्सनली मेरे मेल आईडी से मेरे कस्टमर को मेल जाएगा कि वी आर रियली रियली वेरी वेरी सॉरी. That's the trust, that's the brand. I'm telling you, all this 900 plus franchisee stores या पिकअप सेंटर्स है, उन लोगों को कमीशन ऑन डेट ऑन टाइम पहुंच जाता है. 1 तारीख को सुबह 11 बजे उनके बैंक में, बी इट कोविड, बी इट साइक्लोन और एनीथिंग, उनके बैंक में पैसा पहुंच जाएगा. उसमें थोड़ा भी डिले होगा तो मेरा अपॉलॉजी लेटर उनको पहुंच जाएगा. दैट्स द सिस्टम विच यू हैव टू build. That's the business which you have to build.
Right.
That will be the brand name which will take me forever and ever.
Yeah, I think that's a very powerful way to move forward to build a strong business. But how do you multitask it in a way that, for example, you have this one business that is there, you have your personal brand also, you have your other businesses also, and then you're investing in startups also. So how do you do this multitasking thing in the business arena?
Harshita, it's not an easy job, I should say.
Definitely.
But yes, there are tools available for this also. Artificial intelligence, which I use. And I make specific times. I'm telling you, whole of my India Shopping business, which is having a sales of more than 1,500 crores of top line, my company is easily valued at 10,000 plus crores, right? I handle with no time. My personal time is less than 1 hour, which I give it to it. Because I have made the systems very properly, very perfectly. Every day morning, 10 o'clock, all the business, whatever is happening, I get a report. I see the report, I talk to my key employees and make them understand here there is the scope of improvement, here we should do well. एक बिजनेस के लिए मेरे को बस 1 घंटे का ज़रूरत है और मल्टीपल बिजनेस के लिए आधा टाइम मेरे को इजीली मिल जाता है. अगर मैंने यहाँ सिस्टम्स नहीं बिठाया होता तो मेरे को फुल टाइम यहाँ देना पड़ता. राइट. अभी मैं मल्टीपल फ्रेंचाइज लाइक मल्टीपल बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ, मल्टीपल स्टार्टअप्स में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ. तो कैसे कर रहा हूँ? क्योंकि मेरे पास टाइम है और मैंने एम्प्लॉयज़ को स्ट्रॉन्ग बनाया. मेरे नीचे मेरे एक लेफ्ट, मेरा एक राइट है, CEO है, CFO है. उनको मैंने टाइम एंड अराउंड आई हैव डिफाइंड देम. वॉट एवर एक्सपीरियंस विच आई एम गेटिंग, वॉट एवर problems which I have faced, I make sure I guide them from time to time. Now they themselves have become a Xerox machine of that. Most of the time I wonder कि मेरे को कुछ काम ही नहीं है और सब लोग अपने आप ही संभाल लेते हैं. So when I am free, I get the best knowledge. When I am free, then I go and talk to startups who approach me. If I can't give money to them, at least I give them knowledge, and that is why I am here today.
Right. I think that's a very strong move. That you have trained your employees so hard, you've built such systems. But there's one fear that people have. There are business owners who have this fear, and entrepreneurs have this fear that if we hire the talent, if we give them the proper training, what if they leave us? सब सीख के फिर leave कर लेते हैं company. How do you deal in that situation? Like how do you overcome that fear and get your energy in and give them the entire training?
So I'll tell you, in the industry आज की तारीख में मेरा retention सबसे ज़्यादा है. उसका secret क्या है? If you there are people, right, with that mindset of coming here, get trained 6 months, then go to a competitor.
Right, yeah.
I will be very much happy. And whenever an employee leaves my organization, we have a farewell party to them. And most of the time, he goes to some other company, he comes back to me because the environment which we have created over here with the strong bonding कि people यहाँ से छोड़ के जाना नहीं चाहता है. अगर वो जाता है ना, it's a bad egg in your basket. वो गया तो अच्छा है. जैसे अपना कोई चप्पल गुम जाता है ना, तो अपने को ऐसे ही समझेगा चलो अच्छा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. वी शुड नॉट टेक टेंशन ऑफ इट. मे बी we don't deserve that employee, or maybe he doesn't deserve such type of an employer. So never take tension about that. आप अगर अच्छे रहेंगे, अच्छे principles के साथ काम करेंगे, आपकी कंपनी अच्छी है, तो 101% they will be with you. If somebody is going, it is not my mistake, it will be 100% their mistake. हम take care करते हैं कि हम उसको अच्छे से pamper करके रखें, but still he wants to go. It's his decision.
Right. I think in your business, the great principles that you have set is your 6th Panipuri, I feel.
Yes, the 6th Panipuri. To all the listeners, I am telling you, unless and until you follow giving something extra to your customer, that can be a customer, that can be an employee, right? Whatever factors it is, if you are not able to give that to your fellow people, they will not get attracted to you.
Right. I think the example clearly resonates with the customers as well and employees as well.
Yes, employees also key factor. We should treat employees also as our customer. If we keep them properly, time to time, we rejuvenate them time to time. We make them every Saturdays. We have games period. We have yoga sessions. We have marathons. We take them to movies. Any Rajnikant movie comes, any Shah Rukh Khan movies come. All our employees go. If you want to return, I always believe employees is your partner. Right? Give them a perfect pay package, more than what they ask. You never ask them what they want. You give them whatever they want. More than that, if you give them, they are happy. They will be with you for years. They are the pillars of your building. Right? If you want the building to be stronger forever, keep employees first preference. Make them happier. They are the ones who are going to give you that $1 billion. If they are unhappy, they are going to make the whole environment unhappy, and you will tumble down all alone.
Yeah. After knowing you so much and after speaking to you, मैंने देखा है कि आप एक एकदम ईमानदार businessman हैं. But there are so many people who think like, I don't want to go on the fair path. It's not giving me any gains. बल्कि जो लोग scams कर रहे हैं वो लोग और 10x growth पा रहे हैं. So what would you want to tell that type of an audience or that type of a mindset?
Ashita, I am telling you, honesty pays you, right? If you're honest and you do business honestly, the work, whatever gains you're getting, that's the most successful. I'll tell you a classic example of a recent movie which I had come across. It's a Tamil movie. उसमें एक लॉटरी सेलर है.
Okay.
बराबर? एक लॉटरी सेलर है, उसके खुद के बहुत सारे फैमिली के प्रॉब्लम्स है.
Okay.
उसके पास कोई एक आदमी आता है, एक लॉटरी बाई करता है, बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली वो बाई करने के बाद उसको रियलाइज होता है कि उसके पास पैसा नहीं है. तो वो लॉटरी सेलर को बोलता है, ये लॉटरी तुम रख लो, मैं कल आके पैसा दूंगा.
Okay.
बोलो, नेक्स्ट डे वो लॉटरी 15 करोड़ की निकल जाती है.
Oh my God.
तो आप उस सिचुएशन में होते तो क्या करते?
That's a tough situation to be in.
राइट. जिसने लॉटरी खरीदा उसको आप जानते नहीं हो, उसने पैसा भी नहीं दिया, लॉटरी आपके हाथ में है, तो क्या करोगे? तो वो लॉटरी सेलर, उसकी हालत भी बहुत खराब थी, बट फिर भी वो लॉटरी सेलर ने ऐसा सोचा, हॉनेस्टी ही सबसे ज़रूरी है. वो उस लॉटरी को लेके जाके जो बायर था उसके हाथ में दिया और उसको बोला, आपकी ये लॉटरी मुझे 100 रुपया दीजिए, अभी आपको 15 करोड़ की लॉटरी लगी है, आप जाके गवर्नमेंट से क्लेम कीजिए. उसके रिलेटिव सब उसको पागल बोल रहे थे कि तू पागल है, तेरे हाथ में 15 करोड़ था और तूने ऐसे छोड़ दिया. उसने बोला नहीं, हॉनेस्टी शुड पे. एंड ये चीज़ तुरंत, ये केरला का स्टोरी है, तो केरला के चीफ मिनिस्टर इसको मालूम करते, सोशल मीडिया से पता चलता है, एंड केरला चीफ मिनिस्टर गिव्स हिम मच मोर देन व्हाट द So honesty gives you a good price. अपने आप में अपनी जिंदगी में हम अगर दगाबाजी करेंगे या कुछ गलत करेंगे ना तो अपन शर्मिंदगी में अंदर ही अंदर मरते जाएंगे. वॉट यू आर बेस्ट, हॉनेस्ट रहोगे और हॉनेस्ट वे में बिजनेस करोगे ना, देन सक्सेस अपने आगे. पैसा, लोग क्या समझते हैं ना, पैसा इज द सक्सेस, राइट. आई ऑलवेज बिलीव, डू यू बिलीव अब्दुल कलाम वॉज much rich person?
Yes, I think by
he
his
was
heart,
a
by his
honest
wisdom,
person,
yes,
right?
he was an
honest person, right?
Yeah.
So life में ऐसा है, खाली अंबानीस, अडानीस या एलोन मस्क, they are the most successful people? नहीं. Success comes with what qualities you have in you.
Yes,
with
real
that
success.
qualities, people measure you.
Yes.
People measure you, and that is what you are going to get after you die. कि ये आदमी honest था, ये आदमी ने क्वालिटी ऑलवेज सर्व किया, इस आदमी के पास इंटेग्रिटी थी, इस आदमी ने जिंदगी भर ये किया. नहीं तो नेगेटिव ब्रांड भी वैसे बन सकता है, पॉजिटिव ब्रांड भी वैसे बन सकता है. सो आई ऑलवेज बिलीव एंड आई टेल टू ऑल व्यूअर्स, कुछ भी हो जाए, गरीबी में जीना पड़े तो भी अगर आप हॉनेस्ट रहोगे तो वन डे इट विल पे यू अ ह्यूज रिवॉर्ड.
Right. I think I learned about the real success, the real wealth that you should be earning. And I think that's a great example that you gave about the lottery system. I think I would be in a tough situation to even decide what to do in this situation because people are greedy. Nowadays, people, the generation are greedy. But yeah, I think your philosophies, your examples have put a great impact on me and I've learned a lot through this podcast. And if the young audience, they would want to learn more about your business, your mindset, how you develop a growth mindset, how can they reach out to you?
I do travel a lot of places. I've been traveling every week. 2 या 3 दिन मेरा travel रहता है. Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, everywhere. And I am slowly starting this public profile. अभी Instagram profile वगैरह थोड़ा अच्छे से develop करके अच्छे से I want to share this knowledge to not to my known circles but also to many of the people whom I don't know.
Yeah.
So you can always follow my Instagram handle and send me a request. If I am in your city, I will surely connect with you. Or if you have some problems which you are facing in your life, send me whatever best I can do. If I can give you a solution. I'm telling you, I have invested in more than 75 startups, but I have gone through more than 500, 600 startups. I know every other business. आज कोई आके खड़ा रह के बोलेगा मैं ये बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ, मुझे कुछ सॉल्यूशन दीजिए. मैं ये बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ, आप 6th पानीपुरी के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, मैं इस बिजनेस में क्या 6th पानीपुरी दे सकता हूँ? 99% of the time I can tell them because of the knowledge which I am having.
Right.
So I am ready to share that to everyone across India if it helps. I always believe ना कि आपको मैंने कहीं भी हेल्प किया ना तो आप लाइफ टाइम के लिए मुझे याद करोगे और मेरा सॉल्यूशन आपको काम आ रहा है. तो आई एम ओपन टू all the people and whenever you want you reach out to me through my Instagram handle, you send me a communication, I'll surely get in touch with you, connect with you or mail you or through LinkedIn I can contact you, but I will make sure that I give time to you and your success will be my success.
I think that's it for the podcast today. And you guys know if you would want to build your business and your brand ethically and you would want to go to 10x, he's the right person to go for.
Thank you.
It was great speaking to you today.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm going home with a bundle of knowledge, a bundle of experience that I've lived with you right now.
You're doing a great job, Ashita. Continue to do this type of a job.
Yes.
It's like one-on-one conversation which you're having, but the viewers are getting much more learning.
Definitely.
If you can reach 1,000, 10,000, a million people, what they are learning, they will always appreciate the efforts that you have taken all the way coming over here and doing this.
Right.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thank you so much.